What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another gold farming video. So in today's video, we're going to look at something that pretty much nobody watching this video will know about. That's how rare it is. And I'm going to show you guys why it's so rare, or proof of its rareness right now. This wasn't something that I found myself, though. Nikolai reached out to me on Discord, and he made me aware of the farm. So big credits to him for actually finding this very, very unique gold farm. So before we dive into the specifics of the farm, I do want to mention that you guys can still grab the 0 to 10 million gold guide. And by using the discount code Shadowlands, you will get it for 50% off. Now, this is the very exact book that will get updated for Dragonflight. I've already sent out a version that cleared out all the Shadowlands farms and made some preparations in forms of like stockpile section and everything added to the book so people can prepare themselves for the release of Dragonflight. And whenever Dragonflight comes out, I'm going to constantly update the book with those updates, and you guys will get those updates sent directly to your mail. So today's farm is very strange. We're going to be killing one boss in particular, and it's this dude right here. He's called Dull Sack. Now, he is located inside the dungeon Cathedral of Eternal Night. That's a Legion dungeon. And he can drop these 4 green items. They are all unique appearance. Very, very rare items. And this guy, Dull Sack, is not the only guy that can drop it. However, these other mini bosses, mobs in the dungeon, are all locked behind some of the bosses. So when you do a dungeon, if you kill a boss, you get locked to the dungeon. So it's way easier to farm the Dull Sack guy, because you can kill him before you reach any of the bosses. So just to show you guys how rare this is the leggings, right? Haven't been seen since 2020. There is 0 up on the entire EU. That's for like 1 item level though. But if you go to 48, right, there's 116 of them. But look at the value, 80,000 gold. And then item level 49, there's going to be 4 of it. It all depends on what level you kill them up, but it doesn't change the value of them. But that's not a lot of leggings across the entire EU, like 116. And same thing with this hood. If you go to 48, which is what people farm them on under 60s, only 83 of these bad boys for 66,000 gold. Same thing with the boots. Change it to item level 48, and there's less than 100 of that one too. But these are very cool items if you look at them. And there's very few people actually farming these, so they are very valuable. Now, I was when I first looked at this farm, I only looked at the item level that came by default on the Undermine Journal. I was like, shit, there's none on the EU. But then Nikolai sent me this proof that he actually got the item to drop. And on his realm, it's 700,000 gold, right? But how do you farm it? That's what you guys all want to know, right? So you step into the dungeon, which is located right here, Cathedral of Eternal Night. It can drop on both Heroic and Mythic, so it doesn't really matter that much. But it's off Dalaran and Legion on the Broken Shore. That's the location of the dungeon. The only thing you do is you walk into the first room, and he's right here to the left, Dull Sack. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta kill this dude, and once you've killed him, you run out of the dungeon, reset dungeon, and you run back in. And you keep on doing that until you have at least 1 of each item, so you can always have them up on the auction house. And that is pretty much the entire gold farm. It's like the easiest stuff ever, and even better, it's a solo farm. I know how you guys like solo farms. So an absolute great farm to do if you have enough time, like 10 minutes to get a dungeon lockout for an hour, but you don't really have the full hour to do long dungeon or raid farms. So you can just camp a tune outside of this dungeon, do 10 runs, and then you can just do that whenever you have the time to do so. But super easy gold farm. I haven't received all the items myself, because when I was made aware of this farm, I just started doing it. So I'm going to do this until I have at least 2 of each item. So I always have 1 backup. But that was it for today's video. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you guys will see videos like this one pop up on your feed on YouTube whenever I upload them. But that's it for today. Guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all back in that tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.